Hey there, welcome to episode 18 of the Buy Me an Update audio program, available exclusively on buymeacoffee.com at /DanHugo/posts. Episode 18, recording late night, Sunday, March 23rd, 2025. The topic of today's program, juggling. The show notes, which you should find on the Buy Me a Coffee /DanHugo/posts entry for today's episode. A lot of things going on, making progress though, not always visible, but better than staring out the window at the hot weather returning to the greater Vegas area. No joy. The link section, I always mention my other coffee link, ko-fi.com, ko-fi.com /DanHugo, DANHUGO. I've used Buy Me a Coffee and Ko-fi for a couple of years, although I don't really ask people to pay money, so they're not a revenue stream, but they are both useful sites for reaching out and engaging with audience, fans, project users, commonly used by open source developers, content creators, and others who just want to reach out and say hello. And then you can do the same back. Last week's audio program, Let's Innovate for Vegas, was all about the full stack, which includes more than just software tools. It's sometimes called full stack in my line of work, especially in job descriptions, and which definitely includes the civic volunteers who choose to contribute their time, effort, and expertise in a variety of non-code ways. So basically everybody makes up the full stack when it comes to civic volunteerism. It's not just the web browser and some JavaScript framework. Quaggling Sand was a rundown on walking, literally, which was more car-free commentary, of course, but also the upsides of not depending on a vehicle to get around, especially for trips to the grocery store and so on. So not always climbing into a car to drive a few blocks has been, I think, generally a good thing for the past few years. FFS Talk was a comparison between the press, often thought of as newspapers or equivalent, but basically the mainstream media, as it is now called, and the individual journalists who can more often today pursue independent publishing of their work for actual money, which is good. I would like to see more support of individual journalists and then a business model that enables the mainstream media to pay for their work to republish it, but doesn't basically bind journalists to a particular ideology or Anyway, so we'll see where the world of journalism goes. Cafe Genius Impresarios was about upcoming Startup Weekend and Ignite Talks events as examples of how the Greater Vegas ecosystem, the entrepreneurial innovation ecosystem, could do a lot better before and after events like this, getting the word out and recognizing and celebrating the outcomes. So listen in on that episode especially if you're in the Greater Vegas area and feeling entrepreneurial. Hugo Floss got episode 0 sorted. I literally just recorded it, so I wanted to do it during the week, but you know how time goes. This is not to be a weekly program, however, and I still need to figure out how best to roll this out, but it has begun. That should be in the links. I'll add the Hugo Floss Spotify for Creators profile link, so you should be able to, and it won't be available everywhere just yet. It's literally just going to get published. I'll be more busy in the coming week and longer. I mentioned in last week's Buy Me an Update that there is to be more, including Hugo Floss. It's only the beginning of my expanding to-do list that will hopefully begin to have more items marked done, or at least in progress. Luckily, I have mentioned some of my to-do list items in various episodes of my various audio programs, so there is a running record of my procrastination, or perhaps my level of busy if I want to be generous. A lot of stuff to juggle in the near term, hence the title. I'm not sure yet, but I signed up to get on stage for open mic night at a comedy club in the Arts District downtown. I will know Tuesday evening if I get on the list. I trust you will have wished me luck or break a leg or whatever works here. That is where I'm going to leave it. That was about 4.5 minutes, and we try to keep it under 5. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next week.